So have you ever worked with team members who constantly place blame and make excuses? Surely you have worked with someone like that. I'm working with some leaders right now, and they've been struggling with that because they've been trying to help their team members to own their decisions. So today I'm going to give you 3 action steps that I've been giving them and helping them to apply to help their team members to own their decisions. And you know what? They're seeing some progress with that. And I'm sharing this with you, so hopefully you can have some progress with that as well. So what does this look like? So this looks like 3 action steps. So here they are. So number 1, I want to encourage you to encourage your team members to evaluate their options with a long-term perspective rather than a short-term perspective. Why is that important? You see, most of the time when people start considering their options, they're thinking about right now in this moment. They can't even look beyond their face. I've learned that when we look beyond this moment and look way down the road, we can really begin to see that's my responsibility. I can own that. But sometimes in the moment, it's a challenge for people to own it. So number 1, get your team members to evaluate their options from a long-term perspective, because we all have options and we want to have options. But one of the most important things about those options is we have to take some ownership. So number 1, evaluate those options with a long-term perspective. Number 2, ensure that those options agree with your personal values and goals. You know, when we have options and those things don't agree with us, that could be a great challenge. And you know what? I found that there's some people that working at some organizations, they're really in the wrong role because their role and responsibilities is in conflict with their personal values and their goals. And the only way that's going to change is if someone is going to have to be able to see that in a managerial role and say, hey, you know what? We don't think you're a perfect fit here. We think you're a better fit right here because of what you do and how you do it and your personality. So it's important to help your team members make sure that they're in the right seat on the right bus. I was working with a coachee a couple of weeks ago, and he said that, Dr. Jones, I am so glad that we're always working to get on the same page. And I laughed and I said, well, that's good, but my ultimate goal is not to just be on the same page. I want to be on the same page in the same book. And when I said that, he was like, okay, now I got it. And that's the whole point, because I want to ensure that his options align with his personal values and goals. And then last but not least, we have to make sure that we endorse our actions with clarity and determination. What does that mean? It means that every single thing that you do and I do, we're going to be crystal clear about what we're supposed to be doing, and we're going to be determined when we do it. Why is that important? Because when we get on this path of owning our decisions, we can't get upset with the results. We can't get mad and quit when it looks like it's not going to work out. We can't get mad and throw in the towel and say, you know what, since I'm responsible, I'm going to be to blame for all of this. I don't want to do it anymore. Unfortunately, that's what happens sometimes. And you know why? Because people have not owned those decisions. And so hopefully these 3 strategies today can help your team members to own their decisions. So in summary, what are those 3 steps again? Number 1, get them to evaluate their options with a long-term perspective. Number 2, ensure that those options agree with their personal values and goals. And number 3, last but not least, to endorse those options with actions and clarity and determination. If you do that, I promise you, there will be no more place and no more room for making blame and making excuses. What they'll do, they'll own their decisions. Listen, I hope this has been helpful for you. Feel free to share this video with someone who could benefit from it, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one. See you soon.